Hey everybody, the AVP Wargamer here with another video. Right now, I'd like to talk about some rumors and some ideas about what's happening in the AVP world. Well, all of you know Alien Covenant's coming out, so that's really exciting. But what does that mean for us gamers? Well, as you know, I like to play a lot of Alien vs. Predator stuff, including AVP The Hunt Begins by Prodos Games. They have a lot of really cool stuff coming out. Including right now you can order it online only the Unleashed rulebook, which my copy is coming in the mail soon. But right now I just have the PDF version, which if you want the rules for free, you can download the PDF version off of our Facebook group AVP Wargamer. So check it out on Facebook. But for those of you who don't know about Prodos Games, they're a company that does miniature wargaming, including Warzone Resurrection. I did an unboxing video of this on my channel, so you can check that out below. But also, if you're interested in Aliens vs. Predator and Warzone, the cool thing is that this book and the Unleashed book that's coming out are actually use the same rules, the same point system, the same everything. The only difference is in Warzone you have like magic powers that you can use that are a lot like the psychic phase in Warhammer 40k, but for all intents and purposes, you can actually pitch your Warzone armies against aliens and predators and the colonial marines. Now, if you do play Warzone, I know of a lot of Warzone groups that actually have tournaments and they allow the aliens and predators and the marines combat against the troops in Warzone. So I find narratively that's really cool, especially since the AVP universe has crossed over with everything from DC Comics to Vampirella and even Witchblade and Darkness. You can do a lot of mashups, in the non-canon universe, as you might say. But as a gamer, it gives you a lot of options on other armies you can fight against and gives you some really cool ideas for conversions. Now, in the world of AVP, if you do follow the game, there is an expansion coming out. I'm not sure the name of it. I've seen a little bit of it, but publicly it is known that there are going to be 4 factions in this board game. It's going to play exactly like AVP The Hunt Begins, which is a modular dungeon kind of crawl game, a lot like the Space Hulk board game by Games Workshop. But the expansion is going to take the ship that all this stuff is happening on. It crash lands on a planet where a bunch of mercenaries show up to pillage the ship and to take resources, to try to capture queen alien eggs and sell them on the black market and that sort of thing. And then meanwhile, the predators bring in their actual military to try to stop the humans from taking the xenomorph creatures and exploiting them. The aliens also get rules for the spitter on the board game setting, which you can also find in the Unleashed rulebook. So it'll include mercenaries, spitters, and the predators, the predator military, and of course the marines themselves, along with some new marine weaponry, which will be pretty cool. Anyways, that's a little bit about what it's going to be about when it comes out on an unspecified date. But we'll be seeing a lot of cool stuff from Prodos, hopefully, in the next coming months as to new releases for that. Already in the Unleashed rulebook, we have rules for the King Alien and the Spitters and Predator troops, and then synthetic advisors and that sort of thing. So you've already got a lot of rich material to start gaming with right now. And if you check out our Facebook group, AVP Wargamer, you'll see that a lot of our members have been posting pictures of all their own customized, models that they've been working on, including predator ships and colonists and things like that. So with all this stuff out there, how should you start your AVP gaming? Well, obviously get the book and then get some miniatures and just start playing. The great thing about the AVP universe is so narrative. You have the story of the Covenant, you have the story of Alien with just a bunch of survivors against one alien. Alien 3, again, a bunch of survivors without any good weapons against one alien, just tearing through everyone in this maze kind of labyrinth. And then in the comic book series, you also have Alien Predator 3 World War, where all the factions are fighting each other. So what I would suggest is get your local group of friends together and come up with a scenario. Make up your own story or follow one of the stories in the movie or the comic books. I myself am going to start doing some campaigns once I get a little bit more modeling done for some scenery. I have this idea of doing like a Predator 1 kind of scenario where you have one or two predators hunting a group of elite Marines as they go through a jungle setting. I want to do basically replay the first Predator movie and see how well a small group of Marines can do against some predators hunting from the shadows. Um, and so I'm thinking, you could set up your board with a whole bunch of jungle terrain. You could have some Colombian guerrillas with some hostages that you have to come in and save, and then get to the chopper and get across the board while the predators come in and just start wiping everybody out. So I think that would be a really interesting way of playing a get to the chopper kind of campaign. And then, of course, some all-out war campaigns where you just have maybe an alien queen is captured by some predators in a specific spot, and the other xenomorphs have to rush in and save the queen. And once they do certain objectives, the queen is released, and then the aliens will get some bonuses. And meanwhile, the predators might have to be doing other things against the Marines while the Marines are trying to wipe out the predators. So it could be this really cool kind of three-way dynamic battle that you could do on the tabletop. So yeah, get creative, think of some ideas, and if you bring in the Warzone aspect of it, you can have the evil Warzone factions versus the aliens, and maybe get some like Raztide hybrids popping up out of it. I've done a few conversions of myself of Golgotha, which is a character from Warzone. She's got these big arms coming out of her back, and I've done a alien Praetorian with the big claws coming out of its back as kind of a hybrid of what would happen if she got facehuggered. So there's just so much rich things that you can do with the AVP universe, especially with the idea that the xenomorphs were created by this kind of mutagen that just mutates and turns people into xenomorphs, or can be turned into different types of life forms. So anyways, I'm excited for what's to come with Prodos Games, with Dark Horse Comics, and with, of course, the Alien franchise. So what do you think? What kind of gaming ideas do you have to incorporate your aliens and predators and maybe races from other universes as well? I look forward to hearing it.